Hi Sagittarius, welcome to February and happy Valentine's Day. And before I get started on your reading, I want to call in some good energy and create some sacred space. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. So I want to say thank you for everyone who has taken the time to leave comments. Thank you for liking and subscribing to my channel. And for anyone new, welcome. I hope you're enjoying these readings. And for those who have ordered readings, thank you for your support. I really enjoyed working with all of you. So let's see what's coming up for February for Sag. We've got a new moon in Aquarius, which is favorable to your sign. And that's on February 4th, and that's supported by Jupiter, the luck planet. And we have a full moon in Virgo on the 19th. And that is even, that's trined by Mars. Trine and sextile. The moon is, Mars is in Taurus, trining the moon in Virgo, and sextiling the sun in Pisces. So this is a month really to take action and try to make your dreams, to manifest a dream. We've got a lot of good energy this month supporting us. So let's see what's coming up for Sag in terms of love and relationship. What does February hold for Sagittarius? What is coming up for Sag for love, in love and relationships for the month of February 2019? What does Sagittarius need to know coming up this February? Okay. The Page of Cups, the Empress, the Hermit, the Page of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, the Nine of Wands, the Knight of Wands, the Star, and the Chariot. This looks really good, Sag. Okay, so the Page of Cups, you're starting out the month with the Page of Cups crossed by the Empress. So the Page of Cups can mean, in a love relationship, it could mean the beginning of a partnership. You might be, it's because pages are messengers. And you have this Ace of Cups here, so this represents a new beginning in either love or creativity. So in if you're not in a relationship, you could be starting something this month. There's the potential. Sometimes pages can represent children. So if some of you who are wanting to have children, this could be a time where children are important, or you're having new beginnings around family because you have the Empress here. If you've just started a relationship, it's at the very beginning stages, and you have to nurture it. The Empress is about motherhood and nurturing, like nurturing your baby. So things may progress slowly, and that's good because the best relationships, a lot of times relationships that start out hot and heavy, they fizzle out just as quickly. But the relationships that start out slowly and get nurtured over time are the ones that usually last. So you could be starting a relationship that gives you a sense of family, or that's part of what you're trying to achieve. You're trying to establish a sense of family, a sense of home. And also, if you're not connected with a relationship, if you don't have a relationship in your life at this moment, then this could represent creativity, a new beginning in creative expression. So you may be starting a new creative project where you can really truly express yourself, and you're giving birth to something in February. And it could be the launch of a new business plan, or a new aspect of business, or launching a new creative project, or a new relationship, maybe, because the Empress is a card of harvest. It's a card of creativity. It's a card of birth. abundance. So all these things, it's like you're going to be utilizing your talents in a way that is going to bring joy to your life and bring a sense of newness, a new beginning, new cycle. In the past, you have the Hermit and the Page of Swords. The Hermit, you may have spent a lot of time feeling alone over the past several months, where you've been doing a lot of soul searching and doing a lot of thinking about what direction you need to go in. What direction does my life, what's important to me? What do I need to keep? What do I need to leave behind? Where do I need to focus my energy? What kind of relationship do I need? Both business and personal. And sometimes with the Hermit, you can feel lonely. There's a sense of loneliness around the Hermit. But it could also mean, so it means that you need to reach out to others. Like, you don't have to feel that you're carrying your burdens by yourself. Sometimes you might have been feeling like, I'm dealing with this by myself, and you haven't wanted to reach out to others. The Hermit also means taking time out to think, to hear that inner voice, to hear that inner guidance. And it also means taking time maybe to speak to someone like a counselor or someone whose opinion you really trust. Maybe you've been discussing things with a good friend or a good family or a family member or even a counselor, getting advice on what direction to take your life. You have several nines here. This is the 9. The Hermit is the major arcana, number 9. So that's very powerful. You have the 9 of Pentacles and the 9 of Wands. So I feel like you've been ending a cycle. You've been clearing out. You've been finishing up. And you're preparing to embark on a new journey. A new beginning. And this could be a new beginning in love. So for some of you, it could be a new relationship that's just at the beginning stages, at that tender, part. And you could be dealing with someone, if you are starting a new relationship, you might be dealing with someone who's very artistic, very sensitive, almost childlike, maybe even a little naive. But and I'm just getting tender feelings. I'm getting the feeling of tenderness and gentle love. If you're already in a relationship, it could be that you're having a new beginning within that relationship, where you're either having a new start, you're approaching love in a different way. And there could be also some concern around children, some activity around children, family, home. Either you're raising children together or you're creating a home for yourself. But that's what you're wanting. You're craving this sense of home. Where is my home? Who is my family? And you're going to be making new beginnings. Maybe even if it's not even a relationship, it could be even like, who's my soul tribe? Who are my people? And you're wanting that feeling of comfort, that feeling of support that comes from family. You have the Page of Swords in the recent past, so you might have come through a difficult or challenging time where you had to communicate in a very careful way. Sometimes the page can mean spying or gossip, so you might have had to deal with some gossip, some issues around gossip. Or if you were waiting, if you were applying for some kind of job or whatever, the page can sometimes mean checking into things deeply, looking beneath the surface. So if you're forming a partnership with someone, maybe you've had to really check that person out. If it's a business partnership, who are these people? Are they really giving me what they say they're going to give me? Or if you met someone new, you might be a little bit paranoid and want to check that person out. Like, is this person okay? Can I merge with this person? Can I connect either personally or in a professional level? Is this person someone I want to connect with? And you're looking at all the details. If you've had to sign any kind of contract, you want to check all the details. So you may have had to come through some challenging negotiation. This is also a card about communication, having to communicate something difficult. And to having to do so, carefully. Choosing your words carefully. Sometimes this could also mean that for some of you, you may have come out of a relationship with someone who was difficult or challenging. The Page of Swords can sometimes be a challenging lover. Very different energy than this Page of Cups, who is very kind of dreamy, a little idealistic, very sensitive, very artistic, very creative, but doesn't have a ulterior motive. This Page of Swords can sometimes be a little tricky. And this is the energy, though, that's fading. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. It's something you've come through. Now you're coming up into the future. You have the Nine of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups in the very near future. So with the Nine of Pentacles, you may have achieved a certain amount of financial security. You may have been working really hard on your career, and you've developed, you might have achieved a certain goal in your career. And now the focus is going to be on love. Because the Nine of Pentacles is someone who is sitting in their garden, enjoying their home, enjoying their material possessions, that money, they worked hard for their money, and they can buy things that give them comforts, but it's not enough. You want something that's more than material. You want to be able to share your life with someone. What good is having the woman in this card is saying, what good is having all these things if I can't share it with someone? I don't want to be alone in my beautiful house. I want to have a partner. Here is the answer, the Ace of Cups. So there's a potential for love. And actually, this is a time card. So you may have just recently met someone that's intriguing, and you may be checking them out, because this is a card of checking someone out. But it's not necessarily a card of action. And you have the Star here also. This card represents a dream fulfilled, that you have the potential to fulfill this dream, but it may take a while to develop. So don't give up. You may be thinking, well, if I don't meet someone right away, and if this relationship doesn't take off right away, I'm just going to give up. Or if this project that I'm working on, it doesn't show results right away, I'm going to just give up, because it means I'm not going to get what I want. That couldn't be further from the truth, because this as a time card represents the months of June, July, August. So whatever you're starting now in February, you may not see the fruits of it, or you may not see results until the summer. This card here, the Nine of Wands, shows that you've been working really hard, and you've been working for quite a while on this project, or on this relationship, or on this dream or this goal. So if the goal is to meet someone, have a partner, this has been a long time coming. And it's in your negative thinking sector, so you're feeling like maybe I should just give up. Maybe I should just quit. I'm not going to get anything. I'm not going to get anywhere. Because you're feeling impatient. You're feeling like, I've been struggling with this for a long time, and you're starting to think that maybe you should quit. And that's why, hence the soul searching, What am I doing? How come I'm not achieving what I want by now? This is a card that says, don't give up. You're so close. You're at the 9. When you get to the 10, your burdens are over. You're going to be, you're getting really close to the mountaintop. You just have to give it that one last push. So this is a card of stand up for what you believe in, ask for what you want, move toward your goals, with the belief that you will achieve them. Don't give up the dream. Here's the Star card. This is in your wish fulfillment sector. The Star is giving you hope. But the Star is saying it's not going to be an overnight thing. So if it's a relationship that you're wanting, it's going to take time to develop. That's what this Empress is saying. The way the Empress is the mother. Just the way a mother nurtures a child in the womb for 9 months. It could take that long before you start to see results. You're nurturing this project. It's at the baby stage right now. So it could be a creative project. It could be a relationship. It's not it's something that you're going to have to take time to develop. But the star promises that you will achieve your dream. You will achieve your goal. And especially this month. This is a magical month with Jupiter supporting the new moon and Saturn sextiling Neptune. This is the time, this is a month of manifesting, making a dream real. All the planets are lined up and they're moving forward. So this is a great time to launch anything, to start anything. But don't expect overnight success. That's all I'm saying. Start it and let it develop slowly. Let it develop in its own time. The Knight of Wands in your environment, you may be thinking about moving or changing jobs. This is a card of adventure, movement. It could sometimes mean, if it represents a relationship, it could be a fire sign. It could be that you're dealing with someone who's got, who kind of like, who's a lot of fun, breezes in and out of your life. And when they're in your life, they're a lot of fun. And they're very adventurous. They bring adventure and excitement to your life. It could also mean that you're considering moving. That you're considering moving to a new location or switching jobs. Because this comes up when people either change jobs or move to a new location. Because you're looking for adventure. You're looking to add some excitement into your life. You're tired of the same old, same old. You're ready for some new energy, some new, even if it's just to travel and explore, even to just get out of town for a while. So maybe in February you're planning some kind of trip. You're planning to go out of town. And in any case, love is on. The star is here. The star brings hope. It means that you can achieve your goal. What you wish can come to you. You just have to keep your eye on the star and not give up. And think positively and nurture your dreams. Nurture that relationship. Let it happen. Let it develop slowly. Don't be impatient. And then you have the Chariot as an outcome card. The Chariot is a card of victory. But the victory comes through discipline and focus. If you've been scattering your energy, trying a little bit of this, a little bit of that, you're not sure, maybe you're dating more than one person, you don't know what you really want, you're not going to achieve anything. You're going to be like all over the place. So the message of the Chariot is to say to yourself, take time out to think, which you've been doing. What is it that I really want? If all things, all obstacles were set aside and I could just have a genie is standing in front of you, what would I like? You have 3 wishes, your wish is my command. What do you want? If you could just focus on that one wish, that one goal, that one dream, and don't be distracted by all the other possibilities, and put all your energy and all your focus and all your positive thoughts on that one goal, you can achieve success with the Chariot. Because that's what that's how the Chariot driver wins the race. He doesn't look at what the competition is doing. Because if he starts looking at what his neighbor is doing, he's not going to lose control of his horses. He's got to focus on controlling those horses. His goal is the finish line. He doesn't care what's going on around him. He's just got his eye on the finish line, an eye on the goal, eye on the ball. And so if you can do that in February and in the coming months, by the summer you're going to be surprised at how far you've come and how much abundance is coming back to you. You're going to see your rewards by then. Probably, I would say July. And that's just in time for the next round of eclipses. So get your ducks in a row. Start something this month. Even if you don't have to finish it this month, but just start it. Just take that first step. So if it's a relationship, make that first move. If it's a creative project, start it. If it's a new beginning in a current relationship, make that new beginning. So let's see what the stars are saying because you have a lot of, you have the potential to manifest a dream. This, at least start getting on the path, getting on the right path, and leave behind, you know, confusion and doubt and and negativity. So Sag, you have a new moon in the 3rd house. This is the house of communication. It's the house of brothers, sisters, relatives, your neighbors. So, and it's supported by Jupiter in the 1st, because you have Jupiter in Sag this year. This is your year to be gold. You're the golden child this year. So utilize that energy. Utilize that Jupiterian luck and optimism, and expand your, you know, your horizons. You know, maybe you'll be doing more traveling this year. You have Saturn in the 2nd, so your expenses have been kind of, you're learning lessons about money and money management. And Neptune's in the 4th house. You're learning that my home is my sanctuary. And so you might be really working on making, you know, you might be spending a lot of time at home, just thinking and meditating and planning your future. Neptune, you know, is the planet of dreams and inspiration. And you're getting a lot of inspiration now. Ideas can come to you when you're at, you know, in the home, cleaning around the house or whatever. You could even be setting up a business in your home that has to do with spirituality or healing. Uranus is in your 5th house, so there could be some surprises in terms of relationship, in terms of, you know, romance, children, creative projects. It's time to break out of the box. Break out of your, you know, whatever's holding you back from expressing your true self, finding that, you know, time for love. Because, you know, Saturn and Venus are in Capricorn this month. And Venus is conjunct Saturn. At least it will be by the end of the month. So that's not a warm and fuzzy place for Venus to be. The only good thing is Venus in your 2nd house is going to bring money. So if Saturn has been restricting your spending because there's a lot of bills and you have to be responsible, and you really have to look at where your money's going with Saturn. And you're working hard for the money. But Venus is giving you a break. Venus is bringing a ray of hope in your money situation. It's also bringing, it's bringing a love. You know, when Venus and Saturn get together, you're not wanting a fly-by-night romance. And you're attracting more serious people. You're getting serious about love and what you want in a relationship. You're looking at your relationships with a more serious eye and with an eye of commitment. You want to make a commitment. You don't want to just date or just, you know, play the field. You want to have someone. You want to have home. You want to have a family. You want to have someone that you can trust and you can depend on. And Venus is going to help you get that. You have Chiron in your 4th house. That's the wounded healer. You could be, you know, you could be spending a lot of time at home as a way of recharging from the stresses of life. So, you know, you might be out in the world doing your thing, your career thing, and when you come home, that's your sanctuary. That's the place that you recharge. That's where you know, you heal all your wounds. So there could be a lot of healing going on in your house. You might be fixing your house up to be your sanctuary, to be the place where you go to retreat from the world. Venus is trine Neptune in February, so, Uranus, I'm sorry. So, and Uranus is in your 5th house. So there could be an unexpected romance that's coming, that out of the blue, with someone very different. Someone that you would never dream in a minute. You know, Uranus, you never know what's going to happen with Uranus. The last thing that you could, you know, you can't plan, because if you try to plan with Uranus, the Uranus is the curveball. You know, something could happen out of the blue. You could just run into someone in your day-to-day, you know, and suddenly you're having this partnership. So it could be an exciting time. February could be exciting for you. Now the full moon happens in on the 19th. And that's happening in your 10th house. So 10th and 4th house axis will be activated. So this could be career success. Something comes to completion. You're completing some project and it's bringing you recognition. There's also the need to find balance between home and work. You know, you don't want to spend too much time working and neglecting your family or neglecting your relationships. You want to give that balance. You want to spend, you know, you want to create that home. You can't create the home if you're out working, or if you're just so busy working that you're neglecting your relationships. So you want to pay attention to that by the full moon. Mars is in the 6th house. You're working hard. Mars in the 6th house, you're really working. You're a workaholic. You've been working on some project. You're trying to bring it, you know, you're trying to finish it. You're trying to wrap it up. But you need to remember to rest. You've got Mercury and Neptune in the 4th house. So that's, again, you might be doing some creative writing at home or some type of creative project that involves communication, or it involves writing, you know, poetry, creative writing a book, creative writing a blog. Whatever it is, it's bringing joy to your life. And you might be writing, sharing your wisdom. Because Neptune is it's the psychic planet. It's the intuitive planet. So you might be getting inspired ideas. When you're at home, you know, meditating or resting, thoughts might be just coming out of the air. You know, you're kind of in a meditative state and all of a sudden these ideas are popping in your head. Write them down. Follow up on them. Because Mercury is conjunct Neptune and Venus is conjunct Saturn at this full moon. And this full moon is trined by Mars. And you have Mars. Let's see, where is Mars? Mars is in your 6th house. So you could be achieving some type of career success, or at least you're very fired up about it. Because Mars is wherever Mars is, that's where your energy is focused. So 6th house could be, it's the house of employment, but it could also be the house of health. So you don't want to overwork because that might affect your health. You don't want to, you want to take time to rest, because Mars energy, especially, Mars just came out of Aries when it was really strong. Now it's going into Taurus, so it won't be so driven. It'll be a little bit more laid back in Taurus, but stubborn. I mean, the great thing about Mars and Taurus, because Taurus, when they decide that they want something, they're going to leave no stone unturned until they get it. So Mars is giving you that persistence, that that determination to achieve a goal. For some of you, if you're having any health issues, Mars can sometimes represent surgery. But for the most part, you should, it's a good time to work on your goals, but it's also time to remember to rest as well, not to drive yourself too hard. So February looks good for you, Sag. A lot of new beginnings. If you just figure out where you want to go, and you can get there. Choose that goal. Make that move. Go put yourself out there. Follow that dream. And you have a good chance of achieving it. So I hope that you enjoyed this reading. And if you'd like a private reading, you can just click on the link in the description box and we'll get you on the schedule. In the meantime, have a happy Valentine's Day. Have a wonderful February filled with love, abundance, and all good things. May your dreams come true in February. And I will talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.